Hello, Pastor Jeff here. If you have been following along with us on our 40 days of prayer, then this week, as you know, we are praying to reawaken the mission of Christ, and we're talking about mission. Of course, I talked about that on Sunday, but I thought in light of that, I might share with you. Most of you know that I love to read. I thought I might share with you a handful of books that you might find interesting. Somebody recently had asked me about some books on missions, and I thought I might share some with you. And there are many, and this is obviously just a very small handful. These aren't necessarily my favorites, although many of them are. And I just thought I'd give you, and if this is something you would like to dig into, I thought I'd give you some titles and some places to start if you have not done so. The first one that I would like to mention is a book written by Elisabeth Elliot, and it's written about Amy Carmichael, missionary to India. Tremendous, tremendous story, phenomenal lady. It's simply entitled A Chance to Die, and it's probably one of the best missionary biographies out there, written by Elisabeth Elliot about Amy Carmichael, entitled A Chance to Die. The second one, which definitely is one of my favorites, it's written by Darlene Deibler Rose, and it's called Evidence Not Seen. It takes place in the World War II setting, and it is a fascinating biography. If you like missions biographies, if you've read a lot of missions biographies, you're probably familiar with this one. If you haven't read it, I really encourage it. I think you would find it quite fascinating. On Sunday, I mentioned Nate Saint. Of course, if you're familiar with that name, you know that Nate was the pilot for the group of missionaries that were martyred there in the jungles of Ecuador back in the 50s, and probably the best known of all of those missionaries would have been Jim Elliot. But Nate Saint served as the pilot, and there is a biography of him. It's simply entitled Jungle Pilot, written by Russell Hitt, and actually has an epilogue by his son, Stephen Saint. And I think you would find this quite interesting. Jungle Pilot, about Nate Saint. And then one that is not necessarily a missionary biography. What it is, it's a biography of the founder of the Christian Missionary Alliance, A.B. Simpson, written by our own Dave Jones, and that is simply called A.B. Great book, fascinating book. If you have not read a biography of A.B. Simpson, and of course, if you have a biography of A.B. Simpson, it is going to be a mission story. And so if you have not read A.B. by Dave Jones, I would strongly encourage you to do so. Those are just a few. And there are many, many, many others that could be mentioned. And there are many that are just as good as those that I have mentioned, and fascinating and interesting. But I thought this week, while our minds are focused and our prayers are focused on missions, if you've not read a good missions biography in the last number of years even, I would encourage you to take a look at one of these. I think you will be really encouraged by it.